everybody. It's me, Grammy. What did you think of my new intro? I actually finally created one. And you know what? I finally found a program that I could do that. So I created an intro by myself with my logo and with my name. I don't know what you think of it. I'd love to hear what you think of it. So I have an update for you on the power cutter. One of my friends and I, we were having some issues. I was having issues with them actually continuing to cut. And one of my friends reminded me that you can stack the logic. And so that's what I did. We stacked the logic. We also changed, because it was getting hooked up on these bumpers, the wood was, we changed the measurements. Before we had that as a 2 and a 1.6. I changed it to a 1.8 and a 1.6. So now it is 1.8 wide, 1.6 high. And that seems to keep it from getting stuck on the bumpers. Now, as far as the logic goes, we have 3 sustains. 1, 2, 3. And you can see them from the other side as well. 1, 2, 3. They are each set at maximum amount of time, which is 6 seconds. So 6 and 6 is 12, and there goes flying wood because I'm standing on it. 6 and 6 is 12, and 6 is 18. So we have 18 seconds here now that it will be sustained. The signal will sustain. And by that, what's meant is that it keeps the signal going longer. Okay? There's also a delay, which would delay the signal from starting. So if you remember, or if you didn't get to see that video, the way we have the logic set up is now, this is the laser. It sends a signal to the laser detector, which is this part right there. That's the laser detector. Then we have it connected to the inverter. The inverter turns off to on and on to off. So it has the power going through it or the power not going through it. It stops the power from going through it. It inverts the signal. So the power is going here. The inverter changes it. And you always go by the arrows. We have the arrows going up because we want the power to go this way once it starts. Then what we do is we have the wire going first to the one on the top, and it comes up here, come back a little bit so you can see. It comes up here, all the way up to the top, over and to the side. Because if you look at the arrow's pointing this way. So you want the power to come from the inverter. Actually, it comes from the detector, goes through the inverter, goes along from the inverter up here and across to the front and hooks in, and then the power goes through. Then we have it coming out the back, down and around and to the front. And then again, the arrow would be going through, so then you have it coming from the back, down to the bottom, down, if you can see in there, you have it coming to the back on that one, and then to the front, the back on this one, and then to the front, and hooking it right in on the buttons. Okay? And then the bottom button, the bottom sustain, was again directly onto the on and off switch, the activation part for the saw, the chop saw. And you don't need wires there because it can connect directly, just like we have the inverter on top of the laser detector and don't need a wire there because it's very close and it makes a connection. So now what happens is when the wood goes through, it cuts the laser, turning the power on, power going through here, turns this power to off, because right now the power is going through, okay? When the laser cuts, it turns the power off. So that blue button will go off, but the blue button on top of the inverter will go on, and then that will send it through to all of the sustain, and then the sustain will send it to the chop saw, and that will keep the chop saw down for 18 seconds, which is long enough and a longer amount of time for getting all the wood chopped. So I was having big pieces like this getting stuck in here, partly because of the bumpers, partly because of, oh, let me move that out of the way. I have some other things I want to show you. So partly because of the bumpers, partly because of the size. So let's put this through again, and that way it will be the correct size, and it'll go directly through the bumpers nice and easy. See how nice and easy that's going through there? It's not stopping, and before it was. Now watch what happens. I'm going to get real close here. Okay, see that? That light is off down below. See, it's dark. This one's blue, it's on, and then all of the wires are blue. Let me pull the wood back for a second, and you'll watch it all go off. See, look at that. See them going off one by one? That's because of the sustain. The power was going through. Now, let me see if I can get this in here again. Watch this again. We've got the blue light here. Let me get my avatar to stop moving. Okay, there we go. Wood, come on. There we go. Now, you see the blue light. Blue light goes off, blue light goes on, the wires go on all the way through. And you can see that, how they're working and getting the saw to work. Now, when it's finished with the wood, then those lights will start going off at the end of the 18 seconds. Now, remember, this was a really big log, a really big piece of wood. Now, look, see, there goes the first light, because that was the first one going on. Then the second one went off. Then the third one went off. And now the saw will stop, and it will go up. Pretty cool, huh? Now, if you had a delay on here, it would delay the signal to go to the chop saw. But we'll talk about that some other time. So that's the close-up on the logic of the chop saw. And, you know, if you want to see, we kind of adjusted this just the tiniest bit. So it's right above. Some of the wood was getting stuck. So we just moved that up just a little bit. And it works fine now. And then I've been putting all the finishing touches, putting wood around it. I'm going to have to, because I had so much of the white wood that was flying all over the place, it was coming out because the saw wasn't working, but now it will. I know it will. I've created a storage space underneath here. Anyway, the half doors. I'm so glad that he created these half doors because they work really cool for the smaller storage parts. I was going to put lights, and I put them on the front, and I wasn't really too thrilled with it. I mean, if we're going to do so much with it, we might as well make it look even prettier, right? Okay, so let's pick it all the way up. How far will it let me go with it? These are never as long as the normal wires. There. Hopefully I have enough of them. If I don't, maybe I'll have to do multiple colors. I have more purple than I have of the teal. Let's see. Come on. There we go. And come over here. Go to this one. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen me do lights before, but I always like to get them close together like this and then squish. See how I'm squishing the ball? That makes a really tight seal and it makes it nice and neat. So then I'm going to take it up as far as I can to there, and then we'll go straight across again till as far as it'll let me. All right, right along the base here. I like following straight lines with it. And there. Or I could take the wire down here and go across the bottom if I wanted to, rather than having them up on top. There's all sorts of ways you can do the lights. They're fun. All right. This is cyan or cyan, however you want to pronounce it. Squish it in there. Squish, 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 squish. There we go. Let's go straight for as long as we have green. Then we'll go down. There we go. Whoops. I should have gone a little bit further. We'll see. Let's see. Can we go straight? Let's go back. Okay, we're going to go just a little past that corner. Then straight down. There we go. Like that. Straight down, straight down. Come on. I know I can sometimes be a little picky. But we want to have it straight. Straight down. And then across. For as far as it'll let us go. Oh, look, we're getting more use out of it by going like this. See? That's a good thing. Real good thing. Okay, right there. And then we'll get this wire. Make sure I did have that down on it this time. Yes, it's straight. Okay. We'll go here again, tight in and squish, 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 squish. There we go. And see how far it lets us go. Maybe to here and up. I don't know. Maybe not. Up, back. Didn't really like how that was looking there. Aha, that's the problem. We went in too far. Okay, let's come out here just a touch and down. Up past the white and across. And since I don't know how far, no, it won't go much farther than that. So I'm going to stop right there at the door because I think that will be fine. And then when I get another wire, since I don't have any more of them, I think that's a good place to stop. Here we go. Find the door. Stand by the door. There we go. There. Now, I'm going to flip this so it's going to be on the wall. Need the on part to be there. And now we're going to try it a different way. Go from here up, over. Okay, and let's see if we can get it out and around. Alrighty, let's see if we can. Oops. Let's go back. Back. Go up a little bit higher on it. There. Right up there. And then across. Let's see if that works. I wonder if it's close enough. It might be. Let's see if it turns on. Ready? Close. Toggle lever. Oh, it worked. Yay! Now will the door go back? Because if the door won't go back, we might just have to, nope, I think I had it at one point. There. Oops, put the door on the wrong way. That didn't work. Okay, where's the door handle? There. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. And the blue from the other one matches in with the teal. Oh, that looks pretty, don't you think? I think that looks good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the light completely different from what I was going to do. Instead, I'm going underneath and doing it this way. Go in from the side. Okay? In here. Now, it's already put back together, so I don't have to worry about it. So now I can go on the actual conveyors. See, I just have to kind of like get down, get down, get down, get down tonight. Here, down to the bottom. There we go. Like that. We got it. Good job. Yes, we did. Now I want to move this thing because I don't want it under there like that now. I think what I'd rather do is bring it up here like this and hook a smaller wire to it. Go back and get that regular wire. I think I have one over here someplace. Yes, right there. Okay, I'm going to grab this. We're going to hook this from the lever to the light. There we go. Lever. Down here and back up to the neon light. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we find the end? There it is. Right there. Squish, squish, squish. There we go. Yay! Oh, that's going to look cool. Look at that lighting up through there. That looks really neat, doesn't it? Like that. Yeah. That's very cool. I really like that. I think that looks really, really cool. Very ambient lighting. Okay, now back to putting this back together now. The arrows are all pointing the right way up there. And then I put straight along this area here. And then I put the 1 1 1/4 wedges in. So let's put these back where they belong. There was one here. And then There's one here. I think this looks nice just to make it be sloped like the like the conveyors are. And then one more right there. There we go. Now I had thought about putting the lights on the front, but I just really didn't really like the look of it. So we're going to leave it just like this. I really like that coming up from the bottom. And maybe what I can do is go underneath on this other part and do it there too, because I've got the doors. That might be kind of cool too. Let's try that. Take the doors out, open the doors. But sometimes, if you don't ever want to turn it off, you can do this trick. Use an inverter. Okay, we will unhook that, hook this to the inverter, and then straight up to the wire. And there we go. So sometimes an inverter will work. We'll take the button back out. We'll put it over here with the rest of this. Okay, so let's close this door and see what it looks like. Oh, gotta put the floor back in. But that's like a little place to store some things that I have in here. There we go, and there we go. And we can move this off of here because at night we should have some light now that's shining there, but it won't be real intense light, but it will be some nice lighting. Yeah, that'll work. Isn't that kind of pretty? That's just very relaxing, and having it muted and muffled underneath there. And then I also have the door here with the little arch, and this tells you what the new ratings are here, or measurements, 1 by 1. Width, 1 by 6, 1.6 for the height, so it's almost a square, but not exactly. That light will be able to make that easier to see. And then I created an arch over here that has a light inside of it, one of the floodlights, just with some wedges and straight pieces. And now let's open the door and we'll go in. And I have one more thing to show you that I was doing in this space. Whoops, there you go again, looking through my head. Ugh, gotta stop doing that. One more little piece. Remember that elevator type ladder thing that I'm using that you can go up to the roof? Like this thing right here, this one? I'm decorating it with ladders and end times wood tiles. However, there's one more thing to show you. I've got the glass all around the pink truck. It's fully encased in glass. I still am going to put some type of message on it where that it comes from Mr. Code Primate, my wonderful friend, commemorating that very first time when I decided that I was going to be a content creator. Now, a little bit of an issue right here. There is not enough room, so I can either leave it the way it is, use smaller pieces up here to make it complete, or bring this piece out here out a little bit, put a complete line of small glass right at the very bottom on this edge, and then bring it out, and then it will fit. Not sure which one of those I want to do. Don't like messing around with the floor, but if it's just that little bit, I might be able to. And of course, we've got the normal stage part here. And then I created this extra part here with the glass part around it. It seemed like it really was not balanced. I like things to be balanced. So we have the extra part over there with the truck. We've got this part over here. I'm considering moving the stage over to here. And then it'd be this larger space here than this part. So I'm thinking about doing that. Of course, I'll have to move my diagonal chair. But that's coming up anyway, so you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see the episode on how you do this diagonal chair, which a lot of you are asking me, how do you do that? How do you do that? I'm going to tell you very, very soon how we did it, and it's very easy, and it's all legal. Because you know me, I don't do things that are not legal. Nope, 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 nope. Glitches are fine. They're not hacks. They're not exploiting. Exploiting is when you add something in. Will not do that. No, I value Joshua DeFaltio as a game creator, and every other game creator will not. I think that it is a put down to their work to exploit and to add things into the game like that. I think it's very disrespectful and not fair to your fellow game players to not play the game the way it's designed. Okay, so that's the update on the base with the studio in it and the pink truck and the cutter saw. So I'll look forward to seeing you guys all again. Remember, even in hard times, even in challenging times, even when you can't get that piece of wood to go the right way, or you can't get your grade that you want, or people just are not treating you the right way, you have the power to choose how you're going to react in every single situation. And it's okay to react upset too. Being upset's not a bad thing. It's just what you do with it. Living in the upsetness can cause you more problems than it does the person who upset you. And the other thing I always think is, why give the power to them to have you upset for the rest of your life with something that they did to you? That's a lot of power to give to somebody else. I'd rather have the power in my own hands and choose how I want to live and how I'm going to react to situations. Doesn't mean that things don't hurt me, does not mean that things don't upset me, because they do. It's just that sometimes I'll let things upset me and then I choose to move on. And sometimes I revisit and then I move on. Revisit, but it's still my choice. I mean, it's still my power, not theirs. All of that being said, I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine too, because it's your choice. However, personally, I'm asking you to please comment. Please let me know what you think of my new intro that I created. Let me know if you like it or not. And tell me what you think of the videos that we're putting out. I've got more core videos. I'm going to have some interviews with people. Oh, that was a secret. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. Anyway, you have a wonderful day. Have a wonderfully blessed day. And as always, because my heart's with you when we're here together and when I'm recording, my heart's with you. I just want you to know that even when you're gone, I still think of you. So as always, hearts out. From It's Me Grammy to you, hearts out.